Hello guys, welcome to DTW Tutorials. Welcome. Okay, so today's video is on the JAMB 2019 Math Past Questions Solved and Explained for your JAMB 2020 Math Prep. Okay, a lot of students have been saying, Ma, please, when you release the solved video for the JAMB 2019, and here it is. It's completely solved, even more than 40 questions solved here for you. Okay, and it's a 2 hours video, and I've done this for you to make sure you pass your JAMB exams. You don't depend on malpractice. There are several testimonies of people that just only watch the video and they pass their exams. So you can also do it. You don't need to start depending on exam malpractice or looking for how you cheat in your CBT center. Just sit down and read. That's all you need, okay? And in the course before the exams, definitely there'll be some series of videos I'll be doing that would also encourage you and motivate you to go forth for your forthcoming JAMB 2020 exam and succeed, and also gain admission in the year 2020. And also from DTW Tutorials, we wish you a happy new year to you and your family, okay? And we're here to support you in your education. And if it's your first time on this channel, DTW Tutorials, an educational channel on YouTube where we support people and students in your education, your maths, be it your JAMB, your GC, your WAEC, your NECO, your post-UME. Even after your JAMB, your post-UME on our channel, you see several post-UME of some schools solved. Okay, so you can also check that playlist maybe after you finish your JAMB exams, and also giving out past questions. We have a blog, DTWtutorials.com. I'm going to leave the link to the blog in the video description box of this video, so you can go to the blog. You have several resources, your syllabus, even CBT tests, where you can just prep yourself, a CBT platform you can prep yourself, several resources. Your Sweet 16 is also on the blog. So all I need from you now, this is me supporting you, and please, all I need from you now is to please click the subscribe button. It is absolutely free. As you see here, it is not for sale. Absolutely free for every Nigerian student, every African student. That's why we're here, to support you in your education. So please click the subscribe button and also share this video. Please share this video on your Facebook with your friends, Facebook group, WhatsApp group, on Twitter. Please share and let people know about this channel and tell them to subscribe. And also please give this video a thumbs up. By liking this video, it's going to help this video get promoted on YouTube, on the YouTube platform, so several people can see it. And also, if it gets to more people, definitely it would help more students and also help the channel to grow. All right, and if you have any questions, feel free to comment on the video. Even if it's a thank you want to say, comment. Don't hesitate. Just go down, scroll down, and you comment. All right, and interact with other students. Okay, and also there's also a Facebook group where we can interact more, and we are doing free tutorials on that Facebook group. So I'm also going to leave the link to the Facebook group in the video description box below of this video. You will see the link, so you can join the link, the Facebook group. And on the Facebook group, you would communicate with me, frequently. I'll be online there answering students who are going to be doing vigorous tutorials on the group, and it's for serious people, serious-minded people. That's what that group is for. So you can join that Facebook group and also share with your friends, family, and loved ones. As I also said, if you want some other text materials, go to DTW Tutorials blog. You can download your syllabus and several other resources you can download on that Facebook. PDF copy of your Sweet 16 is also there summarized for you. I'm also going to do a video to notify you. That's why you have to be subscribed on the channel, so you'll be instantly notified whenever I have an information for you. So please click that subscribe button, and several videos are coming up by God's grace to support you. Your physics, by God's grace, I'm still working on it, and other more, even for your WAEC, by God's grace, it will also be uploaded very soon. All right, so let's get on to the video now. Before we do, don't forget, Jesus Christ is coming soon. Give your life to Christ, for Jesus is the way, He is the truth, and He is the life. and He's always willing to accept you, no matter what condition you think you are in, no matter how dirty you think you are, no matter how unacceptable you think you are. But Jesus says you are remarkable, all right? And He's waiting for you. Just come, give your life to Christ, and everything, all your yoke, all your burdens, lay it on His feet, and you see how relieved you are just by accepting Him as your Lord and your personal Savior. Remember, He's coming soon, so there's no more time. All right, so thank you for staying tuned to DTW Tutorials. Don't forget, what does DTW stand for? It stands for Destined to Win. So you are destined to win in the forthcoming JAMB 2020 exam. Believe in yourself that you are destined to win through Christ Jesus. All right, so let's get on to the video now. Question 1 of JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question. That's your UTME exams. It says, okay, we have a bar chart here. It says the bar chart above shows the allotment of time in minutes, okay, time in minutes per week for selected subjects in a certain school. So there's a x-axis is what is subject, y-axis is what the time in minutes. What is the total time allocated to the 6 subjects per week? Okay, in minutes. See, this is shows the allotment time in minutes per week for selected subjects. So each of these subject, biology, English, maths, geography, chemistry, physics, this is the time per week. Okay, so the question asks what's the total time allocated to the 6 subjects per week. So we have to add up each time each subject took per week to give us the total time of the 6 subjects, okay, per week. So the first subject is biology, so let's abbreviate this. So we have biology. How many minutes spent for that week? 80 minutes. So we have 80 minutes. Okay, the next is English. Let's abbreviate this too. And how many minutes for English? That's 160. So we have 160. Then maths. Did you see me? How many minutes? 200 minutes. So we have 200 here. Then geography. How many minutes? 80 minutes. Okay, so we have 80 minutes here. Then the next is chemistry. How many minutes? That's 120. Okay, minutes. Then finally we have physics. Okay, physics falls with what? 80. Okay, so we have 80. So we have to add up all this to get the total time allocated. And when you add up all this, we're going to have a total of what? 720 minutes. Okay, so this is our answer. Our right option here is option C. Question 2 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question. That's your CBT UTME exam. It says find the gradient of the line joining the points P as what 5 and 6 and Q as what 3, 3. Okay, I want you to remember when you have your coordinate points, the first point is what? X, right? This is x1, this is y1, and here this is what? x2, and this is what? y2. Okay, and what's the formula for finding the gradient of a line or the slope of the line? Okay, when you see gradient of the line and another question you see slope of the line, is still the same thing, so don't be confused. Slope and gradient, they are the same thing. Okay, so the formula for finding gradient of the line is what? M is equal to what? y2 minus what? y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Okay, and what is y2 from here? Y2 is what? 3 minus what is what is y1? That is 6 divided by, and what is x2? X2 is what? 3, then minus what is x1? That is what? 5. Okay, so what is 3 minus 6? What's 3 minus 6? 3 minus 6 will give us what? A minus 3. And what is 3 minus 5? We have what? A minus 2. Okay, so from here, this minus will cancel out this minus. Isn't that it? Okay, and we're left with what? 3 over 2. Okay, so this is our answer. And what is our right option? Our right option is option C. Question 3 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question, that's your CBT UTME exam. It says if we have this GT square minus K minus W is equal to 0, make G the subject of the formula. Okay, so what to make G? That's what we're trying to do. Make G the subject of formula. I hope you remember your change of subject formula. If you don't, okay, which is very key in maths, I tell you, if you're an engineering student especially, and you're going to do a lot of, proving of formulas and all, you need to know your change of subject of the formula. And there's a video on the channel, DTW Tutorials channel. Check out our playlist on Introduction to Maths Topics. You'll see a video there that explains it thoroughly, okay? So make sure you watch that video. It's very key in maths, in your physics, even chemistry. It's key, okay? For those who do chemical engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical, any form of engineering, metallurgy, you need this particular topic, okay? So make sure you learn this. Okay, so let's do this together now. Now we're to make G the subject of formula, and what that means is G we have to stand alone, okay, be the subject of formula on your left hand side, okay? That's what it means. So this is what we have here. We have a G T square minus K minus W is equal to what? 0, okay? So from here, let us take minus K and minus W to the other side of the equation. And what do we have left? We have GT square equal to what? Checking minus K and minus W to the other side, we're going to have a positive, okay, both of them positive. So we have a plus K and we have a plus what? W. All right. So the next thing to do to leave G as alone on this side of the equation, what do? We just divide both sides by T square. Okay. So dividing both sides by T square. Okay, I didn't write that down. I was supposed to write it down, but this is OBJ, so we have to be quite fast. If it was a theory question, definitely I would state the working so that you can understand it, all right, thoroughly. And there's also a theory solved question on WAEC, I think 2018 theory question solved from 1 to 13. So it shows you how to answer. I taught them how to answer theory questions, even how to plot a graph with your hands. I videoed myself, not using digital tools, but with my own hands doing it and explaining how to plot a graph. So if you're preparing for WAEC, you need that video too, okay? So from here, this will cancel out. Is that not it? And we're left with what? G is equal to what? K plus W divided by T squared. So this is our answer. And what will be our right option here? Our right option is what? Option A. There should be a line here. So our right option is option A. Question 4 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question. That's your CBT UTME exam. It says determine the maximum value of Y at this. Okay, when you see this thing, this particular statement, determine the maximum value, it means what? You differentiate, okay? Differentiate this particular equation. So we have to differentiate what? Y is equal to what? 3x squared minus x cubed, okay? So dy, I hope you remember your differentiation. All right, so dy dx of this will be what? That will be 2 times 3. What's 2 times 3? That's 6. Then minus 1 from the power, and you have raised to the power what? 1, which we can just leave it as what? X, okay? So minus, this will be what? 3 times the coefficient of x here, which is 1. So 3 times 1 is what? 3. And we have x minus 1 from the power, and we are left with what? 2. So this is what? Divide the x here is what? Okay, let me just state this here is what? 6x minus what? 3x squared. Okay, so from this, we'll now equate this to what? 0. Okay, so this is equal to what? 0, because we are to determine the maximum value. So we have to get the values of what? X, then put back into this equation to get what? Our maximum what? Value. All right, so from here, what do we have? This equal to this. So we can simplify this further by bringing out 3. Okay, 3 can come out here. So we have 3 brackets, a 2 will be left, right? 2 minus, sorry, we have to bring out a 3x. Okay, 3x will be out. Then we're just bringing out like terms. So 2 minus what? X equal to what? 0. So from here we have what? 3x is equal to 0, or 2 minus x is equal to what? 0. Okay, so from here, what do we do? This equal to 0, what are we going to have? We're going to have what? X is equal to 0 over 3, which will give us a null infinite value. So x is nothing here. So from here, we have what? 2. Taking minus x to this other side, we have 2 is equal to what? X, which is the same as saying x is equal to 2. So our maximum value of x is what? Equal to 2. Okay, that's our maximum value of x. All right, so now we have to find the maximum value of y, and all we need to do is put in the value of what x equal to 2 into what this equation. All right, let's do this here. So from here we have what, we have 3 brackets 2 raised to power 2 minus 2 raised to power what, 3. Okay, so what do we have here? We have, that's 3 times what, 2 raised to power 2 is what, 4. That's 2 times 2 is what, 4, minus what's 2 raised to power 3? That's, we have 2 times 2 times 2, and which will give us what, 8. So from here, what is 3 times 4? That will give us what, 12, and 12 minus 8. What is 12 minus 8? 12 minus 8 will give us what, 4. So this is our maximum value of what, y, okay, of this particular equation. And what is the right answer? Right answer here is option B. Question 5 of the JAMB 2019 mathematics exam, that's your UTME CBT exam. It says find the value of x in the figure. Okay, so we have this figure here. Now, you know, the sum of angles in a triangle is what, 180. Is that not it, 180? Okay, and from here we have 30 plus 60, which is 90. And when you subtract 90 from 180, we're left with what, 90. Is that not it? So it means that this angle right here, okay, this angle right here is a right angle triangle. Is that not it? 90 degrees, a right angle triangle. So from here, okay, so this is a hypotenuse, this is a opposite, and this is adjacent. All right, so we have to look for the value of what, x. Okay, so since it's a right angle triangle, it's easy for us to get that. So I'm going to consider this angle here to look for the value of x. So if I'm considering this angle, which is angle 60, I would just say, since this is, if I'm considering this angle, this side, it will be my what, opposite. Is that not it? And this side will be my what, hypotenuse. Okay, hypotenuse, and this side will be my what, adjacent. Okay, so we have one side we know, so I'm going to use this. And remember SOHCAHTOA. You still remember SOHCAHTOA? SOHCAHTOA, sorry, that this is a H, then this is a T, an O, and a A. Okay, SOHCAHTOA, that's sine, cosine, and what, tan. For sine is your opposite of a hypotenuse, for your cosine your adjacent of a hypotenuse, and for your tan is your opposite of a what, adjacent. So I'm going to use opposite of our adjacent, which is what, our tan. Okay, so from here we have what, tan 60 degrees equal to what, our opposite, which is what, x, divided by our adjacent, which is what, 10 centimeter. Okay, so from here, what is tan 60? From your table, okay, I always advise you know the your tan, your ratios for your tan 30, sine 30, cos 30, for your also for the 60, for your 45, angle 45, and also for your 90. Okay, make sure before you enter your exam, the exam hall, okay, you have that. Make sure you have this at heart. So for tan 60 is what, a root what, 3. Okay, so it's equal to what, x divided by 10 centimeter. And what's the value for x? Is definitely, we just cross multiply. X is equal to what, 10 root 3 centimeter. Okay, so these are value for x, and our right option here is option D. Question 6 of the JAMB 2019 mathematics past question, that's your UTME CBT exam. It says simplify this. Okay, there should be a division sign here. All right, so we have this, we have 3 raised to power what, minus 5n divided by 9 raised to power 1 minus n, then multiplied by 27 raised to power what, n plus 1. Okay, so from here, what do we have? We have 3 minus, bringing 9 up, raised to power n9 up, we have a division sign here. 9, then 1 minus n times what, 27, then n plus 1. Okay, so from here, let's this can be 3 raised to power 2, no changes to powers, all right, of 3. So we have 3 raised to power minus 5n divided by what, 3 raised to power 2, okay, bracket 1 minus n, okay, close the bracket, times 3 raised to power 3, then bracket what, n plus 1. Is that not it? All right, so from here, what do we have here? We have division sign. In indices, remember, is what, a subtraction sign. All right, that's a minus sign. All right, so we have what, 3 raised to power, so we just leave since the same base. Okay, so we have 3 raised to power what, minus 5n, all right, minus 2 brackets 1 minus n, then plus, multiplication is plus plus 3, this power here, bracket n plus 1. So let's try to simplify this. So what do we have here? We have 3 raised to the power minus 5n, opening the bracket, minus 2 times minus 1, we have what? A minus 2. Minus 2 times minus n, we have what? A plus what? N. Then here we have plus 3 times n is what? 3n. Then plus 3 times 1 is what? Plus 3. So from here, what do we have? We have 3. And what do we have here? What do we have here? Okay, sorry, this is minus 2 times minus 2n. Minus n will give us what? A minus 2n. We missed that 2 there. Okay, so what do we have here? We have what? Minus 5n. This will be a minus 2 plus 2n plus 3n will give us what? A plus what? 5n. Is that not it? Then we have what? A plus 3. From here, minus 5n plus 5n is going to cancel out. And what are we left with? We're left with what? 3 raised to the power what? Minus 2 plus what? 3. And what is minus 2 plus 3? That will give us a 1. So we are left with what? 3 raised to the power of 1. And what is 3 raised to the power 1? 3 raised to the power 1 is still what? 3. So our answer is 3. And our right option here is option A. Question 7 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question, that's your UTME CBT exam. It says, if the logarithm of 4 base 10 is equal to 0.6021, evaluate the logarithm of 4 raised to the power 1 over 3 base 10. Okay, so how do you solve this? Okay, so these are simple. Okay, so we have a logarithm of what? Of 4 raised to the power 1 over 3 base 10. All we need to do is take this power to this side, all right? Okay, so we have here 1 over 3 log what? 4 base 10. Okay, and from our question here, the question says if this is equal to this. So we have what? That's if the logarithm of 4 base 10 is this. So we have 1 over 3 times what? 0.6021. And this is the same as saying 0.6021 divided by 3. And if this is going to give us, punching your calculator here. In JAMB, there's a calculator, on-screen calculator, but it's not scientific, so you can quickly do this on it. Okay, so what do we have here? We have, if you punch in your calculator, you're going to get 0.2007. All right, this will be our answer. And what's our right option here? Our right option is option A. Question 8 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question, that's your UTME CBT exam. It says simplify this. Okay, this is short. All right, so we have a root 5 bracket what? Root 147 minus root 12, then all divided by what? Root 15. Okay, now we have to simplify, right? We have 147. Now it's very easy for us to do this. Okay, now for you to easily break down bigger root numbers, okay, just use the smallest factor, like 2, 3, 5. Okay, don't start cracking your head on how do I break this down. First of all, find, can we divide 2? Would there be a remainder or no remainder? If we divide 2, there will be a remainder, so we can't use 2. Can we use 3? Yes, we can use 3. Okay, so 3 in 14 will go how many times? It's going to go in 12. How many times? 4 times. You are left with a 2, and that will be a 27. And 3 in 27 will go how many times? 9 times. So we can have 3 times what? 3 times 49, where we can find the square root of what? 49 as what? 7, and bring out 7. All right. So that's how you just easily break down sorts. Okay, you just start from the smallest number. You don't need to start thinking very big. Okay, so from here we have what? Root 5. We broke that down to what? 147 to root 3 times what? That's root 3 times what? 49. Then minus what? Root 12 divided by, and 15. We can break down 15 down to what? 3 times 5. Okay, all right. So from here we have a root 5 bracket, the square root of 49 is what? 7. So 7 will come out, and we're left with what? The square root of what? 3. So this is 7 root 3 minus what? That's simplification of sorts. What we just did is what? Simplification of what? Sorts. Okay, so we have root 12 then divided by, this is the same as saying root 3 times what? Root 5. We do this so we can cancel out this root 5 here. Okay, so let's cancel this out. We've not broken down 12 yet. Sorry, we're supposed to do that together. So we have root 3 7 root 3 minus what? 12 is the same as what? 3 times what? 4. So we can find the square root of 4 and bring out 2. So we have here, so from here we have 7 root 3 minus the square root of 4, which is what? 2 root 3, then divided by root 3. Okay, so from here what do we have? This will give us what? 7 root 3 divided by root 3 minus what? 2 root 3 divided by root 3. This root will cancel out this root will cancel out this root. What are we left with? We're left with what? 7 minus 2. And what is 7 minus 2? That will give us what? 5. Okay, so this is our answer, and our right option here is option B. Question 9 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question, that's your UTME CBT exam. It says PQR are subsets of the universal set U. Okay, the Venn diagram showing the relationship this. So we have here P intersection Q all into brackets union R is. So we have to pick out the Venn diagram showing this particular relationship. P intersection Q. This is P, this is Q. So P intersection Q, then union R. Okay, so this is the union of R. That's everything in R. So this would be the right answer. Here you can see this is saying this is like a P intersection Q union Q. All right, the best option here, the right option here actually is option what? C, which is what? P intersection Q then union R. All right, and our right option here is option C. Question 10 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question, that's your UTME CBT exam. It says if P is equal to X, where X is an odd number, and you have here X is greater than minus 1, and X is less than or equal to 20, and Q, where Y is prime, okay, and here Y is greater than minus 2, and is less than or equal to 25. Find P intersection Q. Okay, so what to find P intersection Q? So let's look for the subset of P, then look for also the subset of Q, then find the intersection of P and Q. Now you can see here it says X is what? Odd. I hope we know definition of, first of all, you need to know the difference between an odd number and a prime number. Okay, an odd number is any integer that cannot be divided exactly by 2. Are you getting it? Why a prime number is a whole number greater than 1 whose only factor is only what? 1 and itself. Okay? You get that? A prime number is a whole number greater than 1. All right? Whose only factor is 1 and itself. Okay, you will see the examples of odd and prime numbers as we look for the subset of both. Okay, so for P, we're looking for odd numbers from this says X less than minus 1, so we're not going to start from 1. We're going to start from 0 to 20. Okay, let me just write the numbers. We have to 25, so let's just write 1, 2, 3, so we pick from it. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have to manage the space. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We have 20. Let's just go down here. 21, 22, 23, 24, then 25. Okay, so let's now pick the odd numbers. Okay, from minus 1, X is less than minus 1. We're not going to start from minus 1. Okay, and X is what? Greater than or equal to 20. All right, so to pick the odd numbers from 0, between 0 and 20. So let's pick the odd numbers. As we said, odd numbers are what? Integers and not fractions. Okay, that can not be divided exactly by 2. All right, so the first odd number here will be what? 1. Is that not it? 1. Okay, the next, it can't be 2 because 2 can be divided exactly by 2 to give us 1. So the next will be what? 3. Okay, the next will be what? 5. It can't be 4 because 4 divided by 2 will give us 2. Okay, so next will be what? 7. Okay, the next one will be what? It will be 9. And next will be 11. Another will be 13. The next will be what? 15. We have 17. Then we have 19. we're stopping. Okay, we'll have to stop here. We can't put 20 because 20 is not an odd number, it's an even number. So these are the subset of what of P. Okay, let's look for the subset of Q. All right. Q is a prime number. Remember what's the definition of prime number? Is a whole number greater than 1. Okay, so it is not 1, whose only factors are 1 and itself. Okay, so we have here, we have y is what less than minus what, I'm sorry, y is what greater than minus 2. So we're going to start from minus 1. As we said, remember a prime number is a whole number greater than what, 1, and 1 is greater than what, minus 1. So any prime number has to start after 1. Okay, so we have here that which its factor, its only factor is 1 and itself. So the first prime number we have here is what, 3. Okay, so let's write this down. So we have 3. Our next prime number will be what, 5. Okay, the only factor of 5 is 1 and itself. Our next prime number will be what, 7. Okay, our next prime number will be what, 11. Okay, which is only factor is 1 and itself. Our next prime number will be what, 13. Our next prime number here will be what, 17. Okay, we're stopping at less than or greater than 25. Our next prime number here will be what, it can be 21. Why is it not 21? Because 21 has a factor. You can divide 3, you can divide 7. Okay, why is it not 15? Because 15 has a factor 5 and 3. All right, so please understand what a prime number is. Why is it 17? Because 17 you cannot divide any number, okay, by 17 to, it will always give you a remainder. So the only factors of 17 is 1 and itself. Okay, so the next prime number here after 17 will be what, 19. Okay, we missed 19. And our next one, what, 23. Okay, all right, so is 24 a prime number? Is 25 a prime number? No, it's not a prime number, because you can divide 5 by 25 and you get a 5. So these are the subset of what, Q, and these are the subset of what, P. Now we have to find P intersection Q. All right, you know what we don't mean of intersection, that's what is common with P and Q. Okay, so we have here, we have 3 is common, we have this 5, we have 7, we have 11 here, we have 13, we have 17, and we have 19. Okay, so our P intersection Q is equal to what, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, and what, and 19. Okay, so this is our answer. And what's our right option here? Our right option is option D. Question 11 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question. That's your UTME CBT exam. It says make N the subject of formula if W is this. Okay, so we're to make N the subject of formula. You can see that N is both in the numerator and also the denominator. So the first thing we'll do is to first of all just cross multiply. Okay, so we have here, if we cross multiply this, we have, okay, let me just quickly write down the question so we start afresh. You follow me closely. Okay, all right, so from here we'll cross multiply. All right, so we have here W bracket what, 1 minus what, Cn equal to what, V comma 2 plus Cn. So we open the bracket, W times this, we have a W minus what, CNW, that's W times Cn equal to V times this, we have 2V plus CNV. Now we have to take the values of N to one side of the equation so we can easily bring out N. Okay, so how do we do this? I would prefer to take this minus sign to this side. All right, so I'm bring 2V to this side. So we have W minus 2V is equal to CNV plus CNW. Okay, so here we can bring out N. All right, so we have W minus 2V is equal to, bringing out N, we have N bracket CV plus what CW. All right, and to make n to be on one side of the equation, what do? We divide both sides by CV plus what CW. So we have CV plus CW divided by CV plus CW, and this will cancel out, and what are we left with? We're left with what? N is equal to what? W minus what? 2V divided by CV plus CW. But you can see from our options here, they brought out 1 over C, so we can easily bring out 1 over C here. So we have here N is equal to W minus 2V. Okay, this is bringing out C. Then we have V plus plus W, and which is the same as 1 over C bracket W minus 2V divided by V plus W. Okay, so this our answer. N is equal to this. Okay, so this is our answer. N is equal to this. And what's our right option here? Our right option should be option what? We have W minus 2V over V plus W. There should be a 1 here. 1 over C. Okay, so this should be B. This should be option C. Okay, so our right option here is what? Option C. All right, which is this. Question 12 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question. That's your CBT UTME exams. It says find the remainder when this equation is divided by this. Okay, so this is polynomials. Okay, so instead of you doing the long division, all right, when you have this particular question, you're looking for the remainder and you have the divisor, all you need to do is just say x plus 3 is equal to 0. Okay, equate it to 0. Find the value of x. Our value of x, taking plus 3 here, will be what? Negative 3. So putting this value of x into this equation, then get your remainder. Okay, that's the simple way to do it. You don't need to stress yourself with long division. All right, okay, because because of your time. All right, so from here, what do? Let's put in this value here. We have 2 raised to power minus 3 raised to power 3 minus 11 raised to power, okay, that's the x here is power 2, then plus 8 bracket minus 3, then minus 1. All right, so from here, what do we have? We have minus 3. That would be minus 3 times minus 3 times what? Minus 3. We're still going to have a negative sign. 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is what? 27. Okay, 27 minus 11 minus 3 square will give us a 9. The negative sign will cancel out. Okay, plus this is 8 times minus 3 will give us a negative 24. So let's change this positive to negative. Okay, negative 24 minus 1. And this times this, what will this give us? This will give us minus what? 54. Then minus 11 times 9, that will be minus what? 99. And we have a minus what? 24. Then we have a minus what? 1. And if this is all negative, so it's just simply adding them, and when you add all these numbers together, we're going to get what? Minus 178. It's okay, minus 178, and our right option here is option D. Question 13 of JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question. That's your UTME CBT exam. It says solve for x and y in the equations below. Okay, so we have these two equations. Okay, so this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. Okay, so you can see from equation 2, it is easy for us to make we can either make x the subject of formula or y the subject of formula, then put in the value of x into equation 1. Is that not it? Okay, let's look at equation 2, which is what? X plus y equal to what? 2. From here, x will be equal to, taking y here, we have 2 minus y. So we put in this value into equation 1. Okay, so this equation 1 is what? X squared minus what? Y squared equal to 4. Okay, so let's put in the value into here. So we have 2 minus y all squared minus y squared equal to 4. Let us open up this bracket. And open up this bracket, what do we have? We have 2 minus y bracket 2, this is 2 minus y squared, okay, minus what? Y minus y squared equal to what? 4. So let's open it up now. 2 times 2 will give us what? 4. And 2 times minus y will give us what? Minus 2y. And minus y times 2 will give us minus what? 2y. And minus y times minus y will give us a positive what? Y square. Then we have minus what? Y square equal to what? 4. From here, plus y squared minus y squared is going to cancel out. I hope we know. Okay, since they have just coefficient of 1 1 and you have a plus here and we have a negative here, so it will cancel out. All right, so from here, minus 2y will give us a minus 4y. Is that not it? So we have 4 minus what? 4y equal to 4. Okay, so from here we can take 4 to the other side. All right, in taking 4 to the other side, what are we left with here? Well, left with what? Minus 4y is equal to what? 4 minus 4. All right, and this will give us what? We are left with, let me come up here. So I left it here, minus 4y is equal to what? 0. Because 4 minus 4 will give us what? 0. So from here, we can just say, this, for us to get our value for y, we divide by minus 4, or is that not it? And we have here 0 divided by anything is what? Is what? 0. Okay, so y is 0. So if y is 0, let's try to find out the value of what? X. So we can find out our value for x by putting y is equal to 0 into our equation 1. So x equal to 2 minus y. So x is equal to what? 2 minus 0. That's our value for what? Y. And what is 2 minus 0 will give us what? 2. So x is equal to 2 and comma y is equal to what? 0. And what is our right option here? What is our right option? Our right option is option C. X equal to 2 and y is equal to 0. Question 14 of the JAMB 2019 mathematics exam, that's your UTME CBT exam. It says if y varies directly as what? The square root of n, and y is equal to 4 when n is equal to 4. Okay, find y when n is equal to 1 whole number 7 over what? 9. Okay, so this is variation, and it says y varies directly. Okay, so y varies directly to the square root of what? N. Okay, so this is what? So this is what? Varying what? Directly. Okay, and y is equal to 4 when n is equal to 4. When they give us this, it means we have to find our constant k. Okay, if you don't know much about variation, there's a video on the DTW channel that explains variation, so check out that introduction. I think the playlist introduction to maths topics. Okay, so from here, what do we have? We have what? Y is equal to, introducing our constant to introduce our equal to sign, is equal to what? K root n. Okay, so from here, to get our value of our constants, we'll put in our value y is equal to 4 and n is equal to 4 into this equation to get k. Okay, so in doing that, what is y? Y is what? 4 is equal to what? K root n is what? 4. Okay, so we have 4 equal to, what is the square root of 4? That will give us a 2. Okay, and 2 times k will be what? 2k. So to look for k, we divide both sides by 2. So k, this will cancel out, and 4 into 2 is 2. So k is equal to what? 2. Now the question says find y when n is equal to 1 whole number 7 over 9. So in converting this mixed fraction to an improper fraction, how do we do it? 9 times 1 is what? 9, and 9 plus 7, that will give us what? A 16 over 9. Okay, so n is equal to what? 16 over 9. So from here, to get our y, we'll put it into this equation here. Okay, as we know our k as what? 2. So we have y is equal to our k, which is what? 2, and our value for n, which is what? The square root of what? 16 over 9. And what is the square root of 16 over 9? That will give us what? The square of 4. It's like saying square root of 16 then over square root of what? 9. Is that not it? So we have what? 2. What is square root of 16? That is what? Times 4, and over square root of 9 is what? 3. So what are we left with? We're left with what? 2 times 4 is 8. So we have 8 over 3. So y is what? 8 over 3. And our right option here is option C. Question 15 of the JAMB 2019 mathematics past question. That's a UTME CBT exam. It says u is inversely proportional to the cube of v, and u is equal to 81 when v is equal to 2. Find u when v is equal to 3. Okay, so this is still variation, but now you can see this is inversely proportional. The number 14 is what? Directly proportional, while this is what? Inversely proportional. So let's interpret this. It says u is inversely, which will be 1 over, inversely proportional to the cube of v. That is what? V cube. Okay, and it says and u is equal to 81 when v is equal to 2. So let's introduce our constant to get our k. Okay, introducing our constant, this variation sign will change to what? An equal to sign. So we have what? U is equal to, your constant doesn't go down, okay, it's always up, so is equal to what? K over what? V cube. Okay, so from here let's find k. So k will be what? K is equal to uv cube. Okay, so where u is what? U is 81 times our v is what? 2, which is 2 cube. Okay, so we have 81 times what? 2 cube is what? 2 times 2 times 2, that is what? 8. Okay, so what is 81 times 8? That will give us what? A 648. Okay, you have an on-screen calculator, or better still, I remember doing my own JAMB, I had to practice without using a calculator, so it will help you to make you faster. Okay, so from here the question says find u. All right, so to find u, all right, so this is what we're going to use to find u. So here u is equal to find u when v is 3. We already know our k as what? 648. So we have 648 divided by v is what? 3, which is what? 3 raised to power 3. All right, and if you punch in your calculator 3 raised to power 3, that's 27. 648 divided by what? 27, you're going to get what? 24. So u is what? 24, and our right option here is option A. Question 16 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question, that's your UTME CBT exam. It says the value of y for which this equation is, this is inequalities, okay, is what? So we're to look for y. Okay, so we have here 1 over 5y plus 1 over 5. This is a less than 1 over 2y plus what? 2 over 5. So let's bring everything y to one side and take the numbers to the other side. So we have here 1 over 5y, taking 1 over 2y to the other side, we have a negative 1 over 2y. Your sign will not change yet, and we have a 2 over 5, then bringing this 1 over 5 to be minus what? 1 over 5. Okay, so from here let's look for the LCM. The LCM for this will be what? 10. The LCM for this will definitely be what? 5. Okay, so 5 in 10 will go how many times? 2 times, and 2 times 1 will give us what? 2. Okay, and here we have a negative 2 in 10 will go 5 times. 5 times 1 will give us what? A 5. So we're left with what? Y. Okay, so we still have a less than sign here. 5 in 5, 1 times 2 will give us a 2, minus 5 in 5, 1 times 1 will give us what? A 1. So here what are we left with? A 2 minus 5 will give us a minus 3 over 10y, less than 2 minus 1 will give us a 1 over what? 5. So from here to get y, we have to divide both sides by minus 3 over 10. Okay, and in dividing both sides by a negative sign, this is when our inequality sign would change, okay, to the opposite one. Okay, so we divide, so divided by minus 3 over 10, then divided by what? Minus 3 over 10. So what are we left with? We're left with y. So we have a what? Greater than sign. So we have 1 over 5, then change our division to multiplication, that's multiplication, so we have a minus 10 over what? 3. Okay, so 5 here 1 and 5 here will go how many times? 2 times. So what are we left with? We're left with what? Y is what? Greater than what? Minus 2 over 3. Okay, so this is our answer. Y is greater than minus 2 over 3. And what is our right option here? Our right option is what? Option C. Question 17 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question, that's your UTME CBT exam. It says find the range of values, okay, values of m which satisfies this. Okay, so we have m minus 3 bracket m minus 4, then less than what? 0. Okay, so what? Find the range of values. So that's to look for m. Okay, so from here we have what? M minus 3 less than 0, comma m minus 4 less than what? 0. So from here we have m, taking minus to the other side, we have a what? Positive. Okay, and here also m, taking minus to the other side, we also have a positive. So m is what? Less than what? 4. So okay, so these are values. Okay, are values of m which satisfy this equation. So from here we have what 3 is what less than m, which is also what less than 4. So this is what we have. Okay, so this is our what range of values. 3 less than m, which is also less than what 4. So this is our answer. And what's our right option here? Our right option is option C. Question 18 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question. That's your UTME CBT exam. It says the shaded region above is represented by the equation. Okay, we're to look for the equation represented by this shaded region. From here, you can see that this graph is an inequality graph. Okay, so because of this particular lines we have here, and from here we can know that this is we have here a less than equal to. Okay, why is it a less than and equal to? One is less than and equal to because it's this way. All right, and why is it less than equal? Why is it an equal to? Why do we have these two? Is because the lines are dark. Okay, you remember when the lines are this way, it's just, or to just be ordinary a less than. All right, but once it is a dark line joining, okay, you have a less than or equal to. All right, sign. So this is the sign, okay, that would be in our final answer. But let's first of all get the equation of the line. All right, so that's what the question asks us. Let's get the equation, then at the end of our equation we'll put in this sign. All right, so to get the equation of the line, I hope you remember the formula. The formula is what y minus what y1 over what x minus what x1 equal to y2 minus y1 over what x2 minus x1. Okay, so from here, this is our value. This is our first point. Our first point is what 0,4. Our second point is what 1, 0. Okay, so this is what x1, y1, this is x2, and what y2. So let's put in these values into this particular equation here, so we can get our equation of the line, which should be likened to y is equal to what mx plus c. Okay, so from here, what do we do? This is y, so we have y minus what is y1? Y1 is what 4 over x minus what is x1? X1 is 0 equal to what is y2? Y2 is 0 minus what 4, and x2 is what 1 minus this is x2 1 minus what 0. Okay, so from here, what do we have? We have a y minus 4 over x. Okay, x minus 0 is still what x, and this will give us what a minus 4 over what 1. Okay, so let's cross multiply. In cross multiplying, what do we get? Y 1 times this will still be the same, so we have a y minus 4 equal to x times this will give us a minus 4 what x. So taking minus 4 to this side, so we have y is equal to what minus 4x plus 4. Okay, so this is our final equation. So from here, remember this is an inequality graph, so we have y putting in our inequality sign. So y is what less than or equal to minus 4x plus 4. Okay, so this is our answer, and our right option here is option what? Is option C. Okay, so this is our answer. Question 19 of the 2019 Mathematics Past Question, that's your UTME CBT exam. It says the end term of a sequence is this. Okay, find the sum of the third term and the fourth terms. Okay, so this is quite very straightforward. This is the end term of the sequence. This is like the formula, and it says find the sum of the third term and the fourth term. That is find the sum of when n is equal to 3 and plus when n is equal to what 4. Okay, so look, we're going to put in this value into this the nth term. Okay, then when we get the value of n is equal to 3, we add it up to what n is equal to what 4. That's what this question is saying. Okay, so we have here when n is equal to 3, so we have here our nth term will be what? We have 3 square. Remember, this is our nth term. Let me just write it down here. 6n minus 4. Okay, so 3 square minus 6 bracket 3 minus what 4. What is 3 squared? That is 9 minus 6 times 3 is what 18 minus what 4. What will this give us? 9 minus 18 will give us what? A minus what 9. Minus 9 minus 4 will give us what? A minus what 13. Okay, so this is the value for what n at 3. So when n is what 4, when n is equal to 4, what are we going to get? We're going to get what? This will be what? 4 squared minus 6 brackets 4 minus 4. So what's 4 squared? That's 16 minus what? 6 times 4 will give us what? 24 minus what? 4. Okay, so 16 minus 24 will give us what? A minus 8, and a minus 8 minus 4 will give us what? A minus 12. Okay, so we have a minus 12. So we have to sum them because we are asked to find the sum of the third term and what the fourth term. So when we sum them, we have what? Minus 13 minus what? 12. Okay, I didn't write this well. Minus 13 minus 12. And what is minus 13 minus 12? That will give us what? A negative what? 25. So these are the sum of what? Our third term and what? Fourth term. So this is our answer, minus what? 25. And our right option here is option D. Question 20 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question. That's your UTME CBT exam. It says the sum to infinity of a geometric progression is what? Minus 1 over 10. And the first term is what? Minus 1 over 8. Find the common ratio of the projection. Find the common ratio of the word progression. Okay, so this is GP. Okay, that's geometric word progression. And what's the formula to find the sum to infinity? Sum to infinity is what? It's equal to what? Your first term divided by 1 minus what? Your common ratio. From here, they've given us our sum to infinity as what? Minus 1 over 10, and our first term as what? Minus 1 over 8. So we have to look for what? R. Okay, so from here we have minus 1 over 10 is equal to minus 1 over 8 divided by 1 minus R. Okay, so let's cross multiply, taking this here. So what do we have? We have a minus 1 over 10 is bracket 1 minus R is equal to what? Minus 1 over 8. Okay, let me erase this. Okay, so from here, let's open up this bracket. In opening the bracket, we have minus 1 over 10 times 1 will give us a minus 1 over 10. Then minus 1 over 10 times minus R will give us what? A positive what? 1 over 10 R equal to what? Minus 1 over what? 8. Okay, so let's take this minus 1 over 10 to this side. We have a 1 over 10 R is equal to what? Minus 1 over 8. Taking negative here will give us what? A positive what? 10. Is that not it? So what's our LCM here? Our LCM will be what? 80. Okay, 8 in 80 will go how many times? 10 times. All right, 10 times minus 1 will give us what? Minus what? 10 plus 10 in 80 will go how many times? 8 times. Okay, and 8 times 1 will give us what? 8. Okay, so what are we left with here? We're left with what? 1 over 10 R is equal to what? What is minus 10 plus 8 will give us what? A negative 2 over what? 80. Okay, so we can cancel this out. What are we left with here? 2 in 80 will give us a 40, so we have minus 1 over what? 40. So here we have 1 over 10 R is equal to what? Minus 1 over what? 40. Okay, so from here to get our R, we divide both sides by what? Minus by 1 over 10. So R is equal to what? Minus 1 over 40 divided by 1 over 10. Okay, which will give us what? Minus 1 over 40, then times, to change the division sign to multiplication sign, so we invert. So 10 over what? 1. Okay, so from here 10 will go how many times? 1 times here, and 10 and 40 will go how many times? 4 times. So what are we left with? We're left with what? Minus 1 over 4. So this is our answer. That's R is equal to what? Our common ratio is equal to minus 1 over 4, and our right option here is option B. Question 21 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question. That's your UTME CBT exam. It says a binary operation, this is defined by this. Okay, if we have x2 is equal to 12 minus x, find the possible values of what? X. Okay, so our binary operation star is defined by what? This. Okay, if we have this, equal to this, find the possible value of what? X. Okay, so we have here x star y is equal to what? X raised to the power what? Y. So from our equation, if we have x star 2 is equal to what? 12 minus what? X. So from here, this is likened to this, so we have to perform this particular operation on this. Okay, so where this is still x and this will be what? Y. Okay, so it means that we are going to have what? X raised to power what? Y, which is what? X raised to power 2. Okay, so from here, what do we have? We have to perform this particular operation on this. All right, I hope you remember your binary operation. Is quite easy. You know, I think when I was also writing my WAEC, I found this quite very difficult, but it's the most easiest topic. All right, so you just need understanding. All right, just perform the way you see this particular binary operation. X star y is equal to what? X raised to power of what? Y. So wherever you see anything, this might not be x in this might not be x, this might be something different, maybe 4 star 2 or star 2. Okay, so it means that it will be what? This is x and this is y from this particular operation defined. Okay, so what do we have here? So it's going to, we are going to have 4 raised to power what? 2. Okay, but from here our equation says our question says is what? X. All right, I'm just explaining this so you don't get confused. All right, so from here, what do we have? We have x raised to power of what? Y, which is what? X raised to power what? 2. Okay, from our binary operation being what? Defined as this. All right, so we have x raised to power 2 is equal to what? 12 minus what? X. So from here, we have to find the possible values of what? X. So it's a factorization. All right. Okay, so from here, let's take everything to this side and equate it to 0. So we have x squared, taking a minus x to this side will give us a positive x. Taking 12 to this side will give us a negative what? 12, equal to what? 0. So from here, we have to look for the factors of 12 that will give us a 1. You can see this is a positive 1. The coefficient of this particular x is what? 1. I hope we remember factorization. Okay, so let's say for the factors of 12, we have 3, 4, we have 2, 6, we have 12 and a 1. All right, so and the best factors that would give us a 1 is 3 and 4. Okay, so we can combine 3 and 4 in a way that gives us a 1, and it's just simply doing a plus 4 minus 3, which will give us what? A positive what? 1. Okay, so from here, what do we do? Let's put in 4 and 3 into here. So we have x squared plus 4, remember your 4x minus what? 3x minus what? 12 is equal to 0. Okay, so from here, let us bring out what's common. So we have x is common from this and this. So we have x bracket x plus what? 4. Okay, minus what's common to from here and here, we have a 3 bracket x, and now this is going to change to a positive sign plus a 4. 4 in 3 in 12 will go how many times? 4 times. Then close the bracket, equal to what? 0. You know, we have to have a like term here, so we pick out x and minus for 3. And I hope you remember why this is a positive sign. If you don't, there's a video on factorization. I can't explain it here in this video, but there's a video in factorization that would explain this. Because when you open up this bracket, when I open up this bracket, minus 3 times this x will give us minus 3, and minus 3 times a positive 4 will give us what? A minus what? 12. Okay, so that's why this changes to a positive sign. Okay, so from here, let's bring this out. So we have here x minus 3 bracket what? X plus 4 equal to what? 0. So here we have x minus 3 is equal to 0, and what? X plus 4 is equal to 0. So from here, x is equal to 3, and what? X, taking a positive 4 to the other side, x is equal to what? Minus 4. So we have x is equal to 3 minus 4. So these are answer. And what's our right option here? Our right option is what? Option D. Question 22 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question. That's your UTME CBT exam. It says find y if we have this. Okay, this is the matrix. Okay, so if we have this, so let us open up this. So we have this this particular column will multiply this x and y. This column will multiply this, okay, and it will equate to what 7 and what minus what 11. So we're going to have two equations here. So 5 times x we have 5x minus 6 times y, we have minus 6y equal to what 7. Is our equation 1, okay. 2 times this x, we have 2x, then minus 7 times y, we have minus 7 equal to what minus 11, equation what 2. Okay, so from here we can use let's use which method to solve the simultaneous equation. Let's use elimination method. So in using elimination method, let's say for instance we want to eliminate a y. Okay, yeah, we're told to find y, so let us eliminate x. So we just quickly get our y. Is that not it? So in eliminating x, what do? We multiply equation 1 by 2 and multiply equation 2 by what 5 times 5. Okay, so let's multiply throughout. Okay, so we have 2 times what 2 times 5x, we have what 10x minus 2 times this we got 12x, 2 times 4 14, 5 times 2 give us what 10x minus 5 times 7, that will give us 35y equal to what 5 times 11 will give us minus what 55. Okay, so from here we can cancel out, right? In cancelling out this 10x and 10x, we have to choose a negative sign, which will affect every sign here. So this will change to a positive sign, this minus change to a positive sign, and this will also change to a positive sign. So this will cancel out this, since we have 10 minus 10x. Okay, so from here we have a minus 12 plus 35. If you still don't understand the simultaneous equation, there's a video on the DTW Tutorials channel, a playlist. I think I'll leave a link to that playlist too. At the end of the video, you see the link to the playlist. Okay, introduction to simultaneous equation explained. All right, so minus 12 plus 35 will give us what? It's going to give us a positive, since we have a big number here. So it's going to give us a positive or 23y. And here we have 14 plus what 55. We are going to have what a 69. So to get our y, we'll divide both sides by what 23. Okay, so 69 divided by 23 will give us what a 3. So this is our answer, y is equal to 3. And what's our right option here is option A. Question 23 of the JAMB 2019 mathematics past question. That's your UTME CBT exam. It says if this is equal to minus 12, find x. Okay, so this should be like a determinant sign. All right, so what? Find the determinant of this and equate it to what? Minus x. Remember, determinant is what? This times this minus what? This times this. I hope you still remember that. Okay, so 4 times minus x will give us a minus 4x. Then a minus bracket minus 1 times 12 will give us what? A negative what? 12, which will be equal to what? A negative 12 here. So from here we have minus 4x. Opening up the bracket, we have a plus 12 equal to what? Minus 12. All right, so here we have a minus 4x. Taking a plus 12 to this side, we have a negative 12. Is that not it? Okay, so we have a negative 4 equal to negative 12. Negative 12 negative 12 will give us what? A negative 24. All right, that to add, and we are going to have a negative. So divide both sides by negative 4 to get our what? Our x. Okay, so this will cancel out. How many times would this negative will cancel out this negative? And 4 in 24 will go how many times? 6 times. So this is our answer. X is equal to 6, and our right option here is option B. Question 24 of the JAMB 2019 mathematics past question. That's a UTME CBT exam. This is also a matrix, okay, and it says to find the determinant of this. Okay, so we have, remember, when you have a 3 by 3 matrix, to get the determinant, you have to put your signs first, a positive, negative, a positive, where our first is 0. Okay, this particular first number would, you will multiply this. I hope you remember. I can't explain this, but I think, yeah, there's also a video on the channel that explains this in matrix. Okay, finding determinant. All right, okay, of a 3 by 3 matrix. Okay, so from here, let's do this together. So we have 0. Okay, a bracket. Okay, let me just do this. 7. I wanted to just multiply immediately, but let me do this. Let's do this together. 5 8 4. Then we have a minus 3. Then minus 3, that we're left with 1804. 1804. Then we have a plus 2. Then we're left with what? 17. You know, you cross this plus 2. Okay, for I hope you remember now. 1705. Okay, all right. So let's now find the determinant of this 2 by 2 matrix. From here you can see that this is 0. This is going to multiply everything here in 0, so there's no need for us to do anything here, so we can just cancel out. Everything here will become 0. So let's work on this. All right, so we have a minus 3. So from here it will be 4 times 1. 4 times 1 minus what? 0 times 8. 0 times 8 is what? 0. Then plus 2 bracket 5 times 1. What's 5 times 1? That's 5. Then minus 0 times 7 is still what? 0. So what are we left with? We're left with minus 3 bracket 4 plus 2 bracket 5. Okay, so minus 3 multiplied by 4, that will give us a minus 12 plus this times this will give us what? A 10. All right, and minus 12 plus 10, what is this going to give us? This is going to give us what? A minus 2. So this is our answer. Our answer is what? Minus 2. And our right option here is option B. Question 25 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question. That's your UTME CBT exam. It says, how many sides has a regular polygon whose interior angle is what? 135 degrees each. Okay, remember this is a polygon and we're talking of interior angle here. Remember the sum of the interior angles. Okay, should I write this down? The sum, okay, let me just write sum of interior angles of an n-sided, you know, we're actually looking for the sides. An n-sided polygon is equal to what? 2n minus 4, all bracket multiplied by what? 90. Okay, so this is the formula. That's it. What this means is 135, okay, times what? N is equal to what? 2n minus 4 bracket 90. Okay, that's the sum of the interior angles of an n-sided what? Polygon. That's, and it says whose interior angle is 135 each. So 135 times the number of sides is equal to what? This. That's the sum, okay, of all the interior angles equal to what? This. So what to look for? What? N. Is that not it? So what to find N? So here what do we do? Okay, let's open up this bracket. So here 135 times N is 135. N is equal to, opening up this bracket, we have 90 times 2n, we have 180n, minus 90 times 4, we have what? 3 what? 60. Okay, take n to this side and 180n to this side, we have 135n minus what? 180n equal to what? 360. And this, when we subtract, we're going to get a minus what? 45n equal to, okay, sorry, there's a negative here, equal to negative what? 360. So we divide both sides by negative 45 to get our n. Okay, so this will cancel out, this negative will cancel out, and when you divide 360 by 45, you're going to get what? 8. So this is an end, this is a polygon which has what? 8 sides. Okay, so it has 8 sides, so n is equal to what? 8. And our right option here is option B. Question 26 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question. That's your UTME CBT exam. It says in the figure, KL is parallel to NM. Okay, so KL parallel to MN, and L, this is supposed to be an N here, and LN, okay, bisects what? Angle KNM. That's angle KNM. LL bisects. And remember, when a line bisects an angle, okay, it will divide it into 2 equal parts. So this x will be the same as this what? X. Okay, and when you add them up, you have 2x. All right, so there will be they'll be the same. Okay, it's going to divide that particular angle into two equal what? Parts. All right, so it now says if angle KLN, yes, KLN is what? 54 degree, and angle MKN, that's MKN is 35 degree. Calculate the size of angle KMN. So we're looking for this Y. Okay, so from here, what do? We know that this is a parallel line. Okay, KL is parallel to NM. So it means that this 54 will be equal to this particular angle. They are alternate angles. This angle will be equal to this alternate angle. So this will be equal to what? 54. Okay, since they are what? Alternate angles. Then from here, sorry, I'm not writing. I think we can just use the diagram to calculate. Okay, so from here, what do we have? If we have this as 54, remember what I said from the beginning, when an angle bisects, when a line bisects an angle, it divides them into two equal parts. So it means that if this is 54, it means that this other part too will be 54. So this will also be what? 54. All right. So from here, we are looking for this angle here, and we already have three angles, or sorry, we already have two angles. So we have a triangle here, and the sum of the angles in the triangle is what? 180. Is that not it? 180. Okay, it's equal to what? 35 plus 54 plus 54 will give us what? 108. Then plus our y, which we are looking for. All right. Okay, so from here, what do we have? We have 180 is equal to 35 plus this. What will this give us? That will give us what? 143 plus y. Okay, to get our y, we'll take 143 to this side. We have 180 minus 143 equal to y. And what would that give us? That will give us what? A 37 is equal to what? Y. So y is equal to what? 37 degree. Okay, so this angle here is what? 37 degree. All right, so that's our answer. And our right option here is option A. Okay, so when you see angles and plane figures like this, you have to just remember your rules that guides them. Okay, like this is alternate to this. Then when a line bisects an angle, it divides it into two equal parts. That's why this will become this. Then remember your ultimate formula of a triangle. The sum of angles in a triangle is what? 180. So you use that to get your value of what? Y. All right, so our answer here is what? 37. Question 27 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question. That's your UTME CBT exam. It says, from the figure above, what is the value of P? Okay, so we have another plane angles here. All right. Okay, what's the value of P? From here, we can see that opposite angles, okay, they are equal. So Q is equal to what? 30 from here. Q is equal to 30 degree. So what's the value of P? You can see this is a straight line. So we're and angles on a straight line is equal to what? 180. Is that not it? So this plus this will give us what? 180. So we have a Q plus what? P plus 2Q is equal to what? 180. And we know that Q is what? 30. So let's put in the values here. So we have 30 plus bracket P plus 2 bracket 30 equal to what? 180. So from here we have 30 plus let's open this bracket. Since there's no value here, this positive multiplying everything, all the signs there will still be the same. Okay, so we have P plus 2 times 30 will give us what? 60. Is that not it? Equal to what? 180. So here we have P, 30 plus 60 will give us what? A 90, equal to what? 180. So P is equal to what? 180 minus what? 90. And where P is equal to what? 90. So P is equal to 90. This is our answer, and our right option here is option D. Question 28 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question. That's your UTME CBT exam. Okay, you can see this question is repeated, so I'm not going to solve it. It's question 5. Okay, it's a repeated question from question 5, which we've already solved. All right, so we're going to go to the next number. Question 29 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question. That's your UTME CBT exam. It says, if the angle of a sector of a circle with radius 10.5 centimeter is what? 180 degree. Find the perimeter of the sector. The angle of a sector of a circle. I hope you know what the sector of a circle is. Okay, so this could be one sector. This is a major sector. This is a minor. This is a minor sector. Okay, this is a sector and this is a sector. So what to find the perimeter of the what? Sector. Okay. Here this is a radius, this is a what? A radius. Alright, so the perimeter of a sector is what? 2r plus what? The length of the arc. Okay, this is the length of the arc. Alright, and what's the formula for length of an arc? I hope you remember the formula of length of an arc. Okay, so we have 2r plus what? Theta over 360 times what? 2 pi r. Okay, so this formula for length of an arc. So this is a formula to find the perimeter of the what? Sector. Okay, so from here we're already given our angle as what? 120 degrees. So I want our radius as what? 10.5. So we have a 2 times what? 10.5 bracket plus 120 divided by 360 times 2. What is our pi? Our pi is 22/7 times what? 10.5, our r. Okay, so this times this will give us what? 821 plus this will cancel out this 12 year 1. 12 year 1 and 12 in 36 will go how many times? 3 times. Okay, so let's multiply all this. If we multiply them, we're going to get what? If you use your own screen calculator to calculate all this, you're going to get that this times this 44 times this will give us another value divided by 21. We're going to get what? 822. 21 plus 22 will give us what? A what? 43. So we have 43 centimeters as our answer. That's the perimeter of our sector, and our right option here is option D. Question 30 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question, that's your UTME CBT exam. It says a cylindrical tank has a capacity of, this is 6,160 meter cube. What is the depth of the tank if the radius of its base is what? 28 meter. Okay, remember the volume of a cylinder. I hope you remember the formula for the volume of a cylinder. Okay, volume of a cylinder. Alright, it's what? Is equal to what? Pi r square h. We're already been given our pi, and the question has given us the capacity of the cylinder, which is the volume, which is 6,160 cubic meter. Okay, and we have our radius as what? 28 watt meter. Okay, so let's put in our values here. So we have 616. We're looking for what? It's the depth, that is, we're looking for the height. Okay, that's what we're looking for, right? Equal to 22/7 r square, which is what? Times 28 watt square, then times h. Okay, making h the subject of the formula, what do we have? Okay, this would cross multiply. We have 6160 times what? 7. Then we'll divide everything by 22 times 28 square. Okay, equal to what? H. Okay, so I think this would give us this would give us about 43120 divided by 17248. Okay, which is equal to h. And when you do this division, you're going to get h as equal to what? 2.5 meter. Okay, so this is the depth of our tank, which is what? H. Okay, I hope you remember how a cylinder looks like. Okay, I didn't draw this for you. Okay, this is a cylinder. Alright, and you know this is a radius and here is the height. Okay, so we're looking for the depth of the tank. That's what we're looking for. That's h. So our answer here is 2.5 meter, and the right option here is option B. Question 31 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question, that's your UTME CBT exam. It says the locus of a point equidistant from 2 points P, which this is a point, and R is a perpendicular bisector of this should be of PR passing through. We're looking for the point. What this means, the locus of a point equidistant from 2 points, let's say this point P and what? R. Okay, is a perpendicular bisector. That's this is the locus. It's a perpendicular bisector. Okay, perpendicular means right angle triangle, and it's equidistant from these 2 points. That's the same distance, where P is what? 6,2 and R is what? 4,2. So these are locus. So it says we should find what? That point. Okay, that is a perpendicular distance of PR passing through this point. What is this point? All right, okay, so from here it just means we should find the midpoint of this line, that is PR. That's what it means, because the locus of a point equidistance, that's equal. Okay, equal from this side and equal from this side. So to get this point is just simplifying the midpoint of this line. And remember, what's the formula for finding the midpoint of a line? Midpoint of a line is what? x1 plus x2 divided by 2 comma y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So from here, this is x1 y1 x2 y2. You can notice that whenever I have this particular questions with points, I always like writing my x1 y1 and x2 y2 on top. Why? So that you don't mix it up. If you don't write it like this, you might just, because of examination rush and the tension, you might mix up your y1, your x2 and all that. So it's always good you write it on top of it. All right. So okay, let us put in our value for x1. So our x1 is what? 6 plus, what is our x2? That is 4 divided by 2, comma, what is our y1? Our y1 is 2 plus, what is our y2? Plus 2 divided by 2. So what do we have here? That is 10 divided by 2, comma, 4 divided by 2. So 2 here, we have a 5, comma, and 2 here, we'll have a 2. So we have our point as what? 5, comma, 2. So we have x midpoints at what? 5, comma, 2. So this is our answer, and our right option here is option B. Question 32 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question. That's a UTME CBT exam. It says, find the gradient of a line which is perpendicular to the line with the equation this. So we have it's telling us to find the gradient of a line which is what? Perpendicular to this equation, to another line with this equation. So what do we do here? Remember, when you come to looking for gradient, all right, when you have two lines that are parallel, remember that their gradient will be what? M1 is equal to M2. I hope you remember this. And if this is for parallel, all right, okay, and if it's perpendicular, their gradient, that's the line's gradient, will be what? M1 M2 is equal to what? Minus what? 1. Okay, where you can get your M1 as equal to minus 1 over M2, or you can get your M2 as what? Minus 1 over M1. Okay, so from here, what do? We have to look for, let's find the gradient of this line so that we can find the gradient of the other line. Since we are having two lines here and it says find the gradient of one line which is perpendicular to the other, to the line with the equation this. So let's look for the gradient of this. Now we have this equation here. So we have to liken this equation to y is equal to mx plus what? C, where m is what? The gradient. Okay, so here we have here taking everything to the other side, we have 2y is equal to, because we need to make this equation look like this, the same as this. So we have taking this, we have minus 3x, and taking plus, we have a minus 1, and we have to divide both sides by what? 2 to leave only y here. Okay, so we have here, so y is equal to what? Minus 3 over 2x minus what? 1 over 2. So from here, our gradient is what? Minus 3 over 2. So this is our let's say this is our first gradient. M1 is equal to minus 3 over 2, or M2, okay, equal to minus 3 over 2. So from here, what do? We have to look for what? M1. That's the gradient of the line which is perpendicular to this. So M1 is equal to what? Minus 1 over minus what? 3 over 2. This negative will cancel out this negative. We're left with what? M1, and 2 will come up. So we are left with what? 2 divided by 3. So Yes, so M1 is equal to what? 2 over 3. So the gradient of the other line which is perpendicular to this line with equation is what? 2 divided by 3. And our right option is what? Option B. Question 33 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question. That's your UTME CBT exam. It says calculate the distance between points L and M. Okay, between this particular point. Remember, what's the formula for calculating your distance between points? Is what? The square root of what? All brackets what? X2 minus x1 all squared, then plus bracket y2 minus y1 all squared. Okay, so this is the formula. So from here, where we have this as x1 y1 and this as what? X2 y2. So let's put in this value into this particular formula. So what do we have here? We have, what is x2? x2 is what? Minus 3 minus, what is x1? That's minus 1, minus 1, okay? All squared plus, or close, open the bracket. What is y2? That is what? Minus 5 minus, what is minus y1? Minus what? 6, all squared. So from here, what do we have? We have minus 3 minus minus. This will be a plus, so we have a minus 3 plus 1, and that will give us a minus 2, all squared, plus here we have a minus 5 minus minus 6. This minus will multiply this minus, we have the plus, so we have a minus 5 plus 6. That will give us a positive what? 1, okay, all squared. So from here, what do we have? What is minus 2 squared? It will be a 4, and what is 1 squared? That will be a what? 1. So we have 4 plus 1. What is 4 plus 1? 4 plus 1 will give us what? A 5. So we have the square root of 5 as our answer. So this is the distance between point L and N. And our right option here is option A. Question 34 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question. That's a UTME CBT exam. It says if sine is equal to 3 over 5, find tan. Okay, this is just Pythagoras. So let's draw a right angle triangle. Sine, remember, so katwa. Okay, so sine is what? Opposite over what? Your hypotenuse. So hypotenuse is the longest length. Okay, so that is we have what? Our opposite is what? This particular side here. So our opposite is 3. This will be, this is opposite, and this is our what? Hypotenuse. Okay, so our opposite is what? 3, while our hypotenuse is what? 5, and this is a right angle or triangle. So we're told to look for, we have to look for this side to get our tois, because tan is what? Tois, that is opposite over what? Adjacent, and we don't know our adjacent here, so we have to look for our adjacent using our Pythagoras what? Theorem. Okay, so from here we have hypotenuse squared is equal to what? Opposite square plus what? Adjacent squared. So from here, our adjacent squared is equal to what? Our hypotenuse squared minus what? Our opposite squared. So what is our hypotenuse? Our hypotenuse is what? 5 squared minus our opposite is what? 3 squared. So we have here 25 minus what? 9, and that will give us what? Is 16. So our adjacent squared is what? 16. So adjacent alone will be what? The square root of what? 16, and that will give us 4. So this particular side is what? 4. All right, so from here, tois, which is what? Tan, is equal to what? Our opposite over adjacent. And what is our opposite here? Is equal to 3, and our adjacent, we just got our adjacent as what? 4. So the answer is what? 3 over 4, and our right option here is option A. Question 35 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question. That's your UTME CBT exam. It says a student sitting on a tower 68 meters high observes his principal car. Okay, a student sitting on a tower. Let's say this is the tower, which is 68 meters high. Okay, he's sitting here. This is where the student is sitting. Okay, is standing, sitting. Let's just say is sitting. Okay, and observe a principal's car at an angle of depression. Okay, angle of depression. At an angle of depression. Oh, should be straight line. Sorry. At an angle of depression. This is the angle of depression of what? 20 what? Degree. Okay, how far is the car from the bottom of the tower? Let's say the car was right here. Okay, so this was the car he observed at an angle, okay, of 20 degree, angle of depression. And so the question says, how far is the car from the bottom of the tower? That's the car from here to the bottom of the tower. This is the tower. Okay, let's put 2 lines to represent it as a tower. Okay, so we have to look for this distance, x. Okay, so from here we have 68, we have this angle as what? 20, so it means that this angle, alternate angles, this will be our what? Angle 20. So we have an angle and we have a side 68, so it's easy for us to calculate using our catois. Okay, catois. Okay, so from here, how can we get x? So this is our opposite, this is our hypotenuse, and this is what our adjacent. So we just have to look relate our opposite and our adjacent. Okay, and to relate this, we're going to use our tan. So we have a what, tan 20 is equal to our opposite, which is what, 68, divided by what, x. Okay, which is the distance of the car from the bottom of the tower. So from here, making x subject of formula, we have what, x is equal to 68 divided by what, tan 20. Okay, so when you punch in your calculator, 68 divided by tan 20 will give us what, 186.82, and when we approximate this, we are going to get 187 meter. Okay, so this is our answer, and our right option here is option D. Question 36 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question, that's a UTME CBT exam. It says find the derivative of y is equal to this. Okay, so it means we're looking for we're differentiating this. All right, so we have here y is equal to what, x7 minus x raised to the power 7 minus x raised to the power 5 divided by x raised to the power 4. Let's simplify this. Let's break this down. Okay, so here we have x raised to the power 7 divided by x raised to the power 4 minus what, x raised to the power 5 divided by x raised to the power what, 4. Remember your indices. This, when you see powers, the same base with powers dividing, we subtract their powers. Is that not it? So we have what, x bracket 7 minus 4 minus x bracket 5 minus 4. Okay, so what do we have here? We have x raised to the power 3 minus x raised to the power what, 1. So from here we can now differentiate. Is that not it? We have the y, the x is equal to, differentiating this will be 3 times x, we have 3x, then subtract 1 from the power, we have, I hope you remember differentiation. Okay, please do a revision on that. So we have, you in JAMB, differentiation and integration will always come out. You expect 3 questions of that. Always expect like 3 to 4 questions on differentiation and integration. So make sure you read that topic. Okay, so here we have 2 minus what, and 1 times this will be 1. Okay, and when you subtract from the 1 from the coefficient, we're going to get a what, 0, and x raised to the power 0 is still what, 1. So and 1 times 1 will still be what, 1. So we can leave this 1 down here. Okay, so the derivative of y is what, 3x squared minus 1. So this is our answer, and our right option here is option C. Question 37 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question, that's your UTME CBT exam. It says differentiate this. Okay, sin x minus x cos x. Okay, so how do we do this? Now you can see this is sin x, then a negative, then a x cos x. It's easy to differentiate this alone. Okay, but when you see here, this is the product rule where you have a u and a v. Okay, so let's make let's say let a be equal to what, sin x, and b be equal to what, x cos x. Okay, so our y is equal to what, that will be a minus b. Is that not it? Then our dy dx will be equal to what, dA dx minus what, db dx. Okay, so from here, what do we do now? So we are going to find dA dx and dB dx. All right, so let's do this together. So we have dA dx. What would dA dx? That is let me just we have a is equal to what, sin x. So dA dx will be equal to, what is differentiation of sin x, will give us what, cos x. Okay, a positive cos x. All right, then we have here, from here we have what, b is equal to what, x cos x. In differentiating this, remember the product rule. I hope you remember the formula for product rule. Okay, where this is u and this is what, v, and so we have db dx will be equal to what, u dv dx plus v du dx. Okay, So from here, what do we do? Let's put in these values now. This is our u and this is our v. X is equal to, u is equal to x and v is equal to what? Cos x. So from here, what do we have? The x is equal to, u is what? X. Then what is dv du? Dv du is the differentiation of what? Cos x. And what's the differentiation of cos x? We have what? A minus what? Sine x. Okay, plus we have v. What is v? V is what? Cos x. Okay, so we have cos x. Then what is our du dx? That's the differentiation of what? Differentiation of what? X. And differentiation of x is what? 1. All right. I hope you know that differentiation of x is just what? 1. That's the differentiation of this. That's du dx is equal to what? 1. You subtract, you multiply 1 to the coefficient, which would be a 1, and you subtract 1 from the power of x, which would be x raised to the power 0. And what is x raised to the power 0? X raised to the power 0 is 1, and 1 times 1 is what? 1. All right. I also advise differentiation. Please make sure you revise differentiation properly. And I've mentioned before, about 3 to 4 questions come out on differentiation and integration. You can't miss that. You must always have a question on integration and differentiation in your JAMB maths. Okay, so please make sure you revise that. All right, so let's move forward now. So what do we have here? This will give us a minus what? Minus x sine x plus cos x. So this is our db dx. So let's put this into this. So we have our dy dx is equal to, what is our dA dx? Our dA dx is what? Cos x. Minus bracket. What is our db dx? This is our db dx. Okay, this is our db dx. So minus x sine x plus cos x. Okay, so what do we do? Open up the bracket. This negative will multiply everything in this bracket. So we have cos x minus times minus will give us a positive x sine x, and minus times this positive here will give us a negative what? Cos x. From here we can cancel out cos x what? Minus cos x, and what are we left with? We are left with what? Our y is equal to what? X sine x. So this is our answer. And what's our right option here? Our right option is option B. Question 38 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question. That's your UTME CBT exam. It says find the minimum value of the function y is equal to x bracket 1 plus x, and close the bracket. Okay, so we have to find the minimum value of the function, and it's just telling us to differentiate. So we have y is equal to what? X bracket 1 plus what? X. All right, where at minimum, okay, at the minimum, the differentiation of this is equal to what? 0. Okay, so here we have dy dx. We can open this bracket quickly. When we open this bracket, we have a x plus x squared. So when we differentiate, let's make this a y. So opening up the bracket, this is it. Then our dy dx will be differentiation of this, and then the differentiation of x would be 1 plus the differentiation of x squared will be, we'll multiply this 2 times this, we have 2, then x raised to the power 1, which we can just leave. So this is differentiation, and we equate this towards 0. So let us find our value of x at the minimum value. So from here we have 1 plus what? 2x is equal to 0, and here we have 2x is equal to, take 1 to the other side, we have a minus 1. Then let's find our x. We divide both sides by 2, so we have x is equal to what? Minus 1 over 2. So since we know our minimum value of x as what? Minus 1 over 2, so let's find the minimum value of what? Y. Okay, so from here we just put in the value of x, which is what? Minus 1 over 2, into what? This equation. So what do we have here? Let's put it here. So we have y is equal to 1 minus 1 over 2 bracket 1 plus minus 1 over 2. So we have minus 1 over 2 bracket. This will be a 1 minus this plus times minus will give us a negative, so we have a 1 minus 1 over 2. And when you subtract that, 1 minus 1 over 2 will give us what? 1 over 2. Still half. That is 1 minus half. Okay, so here we have what? A half. And when we open up the bracket, we're going to have a minus 1 over 4. So this is our answer, minus 1 over 4. And our right option here is option A. Question 39 of the 2019 Mathematics Past Question, that is your UTME CBT exam. It says evaluate this. Okay, the integral of 6x squared minus 2x dx, and we have a upper and lower limit. So from here, let's integrate this. So we have the integral of 6x squared will be what? That will be 6x raised to the power 3 divided by 3. We're going to add 1 to the power, okay, which is 3, then divide by 3. Alright, so that is how you integrate. So for 2x, we're going to add 1 to the power. Okay, so this x is already carrying a 1. Alright, so we have 1 plus 1, which is what? 2. Then we divide by what? 2. So we have 2x squared divided by 2. Okay, this is our integral of this, and we have a lower and upper limit. So from here, what do we have? This will cancel out. 3 here, 1, 3 here, 2 cancel out, and we're left with what? 2x cubed minus what? X squared. And we have this. So let's put in our upper and lower limits. So from here we have, put in 2, we have bracket 2 raised to the power 3 minus 2 raised to the power 2. Then all close the bracket and minus bracket 2 raised to the power 2 times a bracket of 1 raised to the power 3 minus what? 1 raised to the power 2. Okay, so from here, what do we have here? This will be this 2 raised to the power 3 is 8, and times 2 will give us what? 16 minus what is 2 raised to the power 2? That will be what? 4 bracket. Then we have this is 2 times 1. 1 raised to the power 3 is still what? Is still 1, and 1 times 2 is what? 2. So we have 2 minus, and 1 raised to the power 2 is still what? 1. So from here, what do we have? What is 16 minus 4? 16 minus 4 will give us what? A 12 minus, and what is 2 minus 1? 2 minus 1 will give us what? A 1. And what is 12 minus 1? 12 minus 1 will give us 11. So our answer is 11, and our right option here is option D. Question 40 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question, that's your UTME CBT exam. It says evaluate this cos x. So we have a upper and lower limit also. So let me write this down well clearly. So this is a negative pi over 2. And remember that pi is equal to what? 180. Alright, we're going to apply this very soon. Cos x dx. So the integral of cos x is what? Sine x. Alright, so we have this with our limit. So let's put in our limits here. So we have sine x at pi over 2 bracket minus open the bracket sine x at what? Minus pi over 2. Okay, so what do we have here? So we have this negative will affect this negative in here. So we have sine pi over 2 plus what? Sine pi over 2. And what is pi over 2? Okay, as I said earlier on, pi is what? 180. So we have sine 180 divided by 2 plus sine 180 divided by 2. And what is this divided by 2? That will give us, let's draw a line here. That will give us 180 divided by 2 is what? 90. So we have sine 90 plus what? Sine 90. And what is sine 90? Sine 90 is what? 1. So we have a 1 plus 1. And this will give us what? 2. So our answer here is what? 2. And our right option is option C. Question 41 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question, that's your UTME CBT exam. It says the distribution above shows the number of days a group of 260 students were absent from school in a particular term. So this is number of days they were absent and the number of students that are absent for 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 days, 5 days, and 6 days. Its question says how many students were absent for at least 4 days in the term. Okay, say this word at least 4 days in the term. So at least 4 days in a term means that it won't be less than 4 days, but higher than 4 days. All right, that is the meaning of at least 4 days in a term. So if you have like now we have 4 days here, we have 5 days, we have 6 days. So we're looking for the number of students that were absent for at least 4 days. That's it. Won't at least means it's not less than 4. It is 4 and greater. All right, so if you have any number greater than 4, you have to add up those particular days. All right, and know the number of add the particular number of students that were absent those days, but it should not be less than 4. From 4, that's what the question says, at least 4 days in the term. So from here, first of all, let's try to find our value for x. Since we are told the number of days of a group, the total group of students is what 260. Let's find x. So we'll just sum up all this and equate it to what 260. So let's sum this up together. So from here we have, let me just write this down, 20 plus what 2x plus 60 plus 40 plus x plus 50 equal to 260. When we add this up, this is what 60 plus 40, 100, and plus this, that's 70. So we have 170 plus what 3x, that's 2x plus x, 3x equal to what 260. So we have 3x is equal to 260 minus 170. So what will this give us? 260 minus 170 will give us what? A 90. And we have a 3x. Let's divide everything by 3. And what is x? X is equal to what? 30. So we know that the number of students that were absent for at least 4 days, that means from 4 days, that's this 4, 5, 6. So we're going to add this number of students, and we've gotten our value of x as what? 30. So here we have 30, so we're going to add up 40 plus 30 plus 50. And what will this give us? 40 plus 30 is 70, and then 70 plus 50 is 120. So our answer is 120. 120 number of students were absent for at least 4 days in the term. And our right option here is option B. Question 42 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question, that's your UTME CBT exam. It says the histogram above represents the number of candidates that sat for mathematics examination in a school. How many candidates scored more than 50 marks? Okay, so these are the scores. So it says more than 50 marks. So more than 50 marks would mean from what? 60. Is that not it? Okay, more, because that's what the statement said, more than 50 marks. So it will be above 50. So it is from what? 60 will start. So how many students scored 60? So we have 40 students that scored 60. Let me just write it. 40. How many scored 70 marks? We have what? 25. How many scored 80 marks? We have, this is 15. And how many scored 90? We have a 10 here. And how many scored 100? We have a 5. So we have a 40 plus 25 plus 15 plus 10 plus 5. When we add this up, what are we going to have? We have a 15 plus 5, which is what? 20. 20 plus 10, that is 30. And 30 plus 40, that will give us a 70. And 70 plus 25, we're going to have a 95. All right, you can see this is an answer, but we don't have an answer here. All right, so I advise when you're sure of a question that it doesn't have the answer, there's no correct option, just leave that space. So you don't need to tick. You don't need to answer anything, or my advice is just to leave, don't answer that question. That's my own candid advice. All right, so this question doesn't have an answer. Question 43 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question, that's your UTME CBT exam. It says the pie chart represents 400 fruits on display in a grocery store. How many apples are in the store? So we're to look for how many apples are in the store. Now this is a pie chart, okay, and everything here is in degree. And remember, angles, the sum of angles at a point is what, 360. So let's find the angle of apple. Then from there we can know the amount of apple, okay, from the 400 fruits. So what do we have here? The sum of angles in a point is what, 360. So we sum up all these angles, 115 plus x equals, they're all in degree, equal to what, 360 what, degree. So when you add all this up, what are we going to have? We're going to have 315 plus x equal to what, 360. So x is equal to 360 minus 315. And what would that give us? That will give us what, 45. So this angle is 45. The angle for apples is 45. So since we know that, now let's find the number of what? Apples. Now to get the number of apples is just simply what, 45 divided by a total angle, which is what, 360, times what, our total number of fruits, to know how many apples we have. So from here, this 0 cancel out this 0, and if you punch in your calculator, we're going to have 50. Okay, so our answer is what, 50. So we have 50 apples in the grocery store, and our right option here is option B. Question 44 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question, that's your UTME CBT exam. It says the cumulative frequency curve above shows the distribution of scores of 50 students in an examination. Find the 36th percentile score. Alright, in finding percentile, you know, percentile and quartile, interquartile ranges are just division of data into several parts, into several points. Okay, the easiest way, I love solving this, is just try to divide your right hand, okay, vertical axis into percentage points. Like from here, our cumulative frequency, we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. The highest percentage point on this 50 mark will be what, 100%. Okay, so if this is 100%, let's try to divide all these other points. So it means we have how many points left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would be 20, this would be 40, this would be 60, this would be 80. So into 20 division, okay, to get up to 100%. All right, so this is 80%, this is 60%, 40%, and 20%. All right, so this is 20, this is 40, 60, 80, and 100. Now it says we should find what, the 36th percentile score. So where is the percentile? Where would 36 fall? 36 is going to fall somewhere here. All right, 36 is going to fall somewhere here. So we can trace this down now to the curve. My line is not too straight. Trace this down to the curve. Okay, when you trace this down to the curve, you can see it stops here. Then take this particular, trace it down now to the score, the percentage score, where the marks are, not the cumulative frequency. All right, so take this down here. So we have here, so this is in between, this is like 20 something, 29, 28. Okay, so we can say this point is like 28. So this is an answer. Answer will fall in between what, 20 and 30. So you can find, if you see your option here, you can see we have 18, we have 28, which is an answer. You have 36, which is not. You can see you have 50. So our right option here is option B, which is what, 28%. So you remember what I just said. So divide. All you need to do is check your right hand vertical axis, and divide them into what, percentage points, where your highest percent will be what, 100. It must be 100. We're talking of percentile. Then from here we trace down the particular percent you're looking for. If it's 80%, 60, but our question says our 36 what percentile score. So this is our 36 percentile. Then go down to get the score, which will fall in between what, 20 and what, 30. So our right option here is option what, B, which is what, 28%. Question 45 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question, that's your UTME CBT exam. exam. It says 5, 8, 6 and K occur with frequencies 3, 2, 4 and 1. That's 5 occurred 3 times, 8 occurred 2 times, 6 occurred 4 times, and K occurred once, respectively, and have a mean of 5.7. Find the value of what? K. Alright, this is quite easy. So it's just like looking for the mean. Alright, and you know mean is what? The sum of all the values divided by the total number of values and equate, or I hope you remember how to find the mean. So let's find the sum of all the values, and we are told that these numbers, 4 numbers occurred in this what frequency. So we have here 5 times 3 plus 8 times 2, 8 occurred 2 times, plus 6 times 4 plus K times 1 divided by our frequencies. That's the number of each of the sets of numbers. So we have that will be 3 plus 2, which is what? 5, and 5 plus 4 9, and 9 plus 1 will give us what? 10, equal to our mean is what? 5.7. So let's open up this bracket. We have 15 plus 16, that's 8 times 2, plus 6 times 4 is what? 24, plus K divided by 10 equal to what? 5.7. So what do we have here? We have this plus this plus this. Let's cross multiply first of all. Let's cross multiply and add this. This plus this plus this will give us what? A 55 plus K. And when we cross multiply, we have 57 times 10. So from here we have 55 plus K is equal to what? 5.7 times 10 will give us what? 57. So K will be equal to, take 55 to the other side, will be equal to 57 minus what? 55. And what will that give us? That will give us a 2. So K is equal to 2. This is our answer, and our right option here is option C. Question 46 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question. That's your UTME CBT exam. It says, what is the mean deviation of x, 2x, x plus 1 and 3x if their mean is 2? So we're looking for mean deviation. And you know mean deviation is the amount, how do I put it? The amount a particular set of number deviate from the mean. Okay, that's the meaning of mean deviation. No big deal about that. Okay, and remember what's the formula for our mean deviation is what? Our mean deviation is what? The summation of absolute value, where we have x minus what? Our x, that's our x bar, which is our mean, divided by our frequency. All right, sum of all the frequency of the values. So from here, first of all, to make this easier, let's look for x. All right, so what do we do to look for x, since we have been given our mean as 2? So all we need to do is just say x plus what? 2x plus x plus 1 plus 3x divided by what's the number of values we have here. That's the set of numbers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So divided by 4 equal to our mean is what? 2. So from here, what do we have here? We have 2x plus this 2x, that's 3x plus another x, 4x plus another x, that will give us what? 7x plus 1, cross multiply, we have 4 times this will give us what? 8. So what do we have here? We have 7x, taking 1 to this side, we have 8 minus 1. So we have 7x is equal to what? 7. And dividing by 7, divide both sides by 7, and we have what? X is equal to 1. So our value for x is what? 1. So it means that these are values now. This will be 1, right? So this will be 2 times 1, where our value for x is 1. 2 times 1 is 2. And here we have a 1 plus 1, which will give us a 2. And here we have a 3 times 1, which will give us a 3. So these are numbers. All right, a set of numbers. So from here now we can now find our mean deviation. So from here we have x, which is for our first value, we have 1 minus, what is our mean? Our mean is what? 2. So minus 2, absolute value, okay, plus, then we have 2 minus what? Our mean, which is 2, plus 2 minus 2 plus 3, absolute value 3 minus 2, divided by, what's the sum of our frequency is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 sets of numbers, so divided by 4. So from here, this is a 0. So what do we have here? This will be absolute value of minus 1 plus the absolute value of, what is 3 minus 1? That will be also 1, divided by 4. And what's the absolute value of minus 1? When you say absolute value, when you say minus 1, it will be a positive, okay? So we have a 1 plus absolute value of 1 is still what? 1 divided by 4. So what do we have here? We have a 1 plus 1, which is what? 2 divided by 4. And here we cancel out, we have 1 and we have a 2. So our answer is what? 1 over 2. And what's 1 over 2? That will give us what? 0.5. Alright? And this is our answer. And our right option here is option A. Question 47 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question, that's your UTME CBT exam. It says, in how many ways can a delegation of 3 be chosen from 5 men and 3 women if at least 1 man and 1 woman must be included? Okay, when you see selection, this is selection, all right? When you see selection, you should know that it is what? Combination. All right, combination. And when you see arrangement, you should know that it is what? Permutation. When it says arrange in a particular order, it is what? Permutation. But when you see a selection being chosen from a committee, you get my point, it is what? Combination. All right, and it doesn't matter the order. Okay, so from here, let's look at our question closely. And remember, combination, it is what? When you have C n r, it is equal to what? N factorial over what? N minus r factorial, then r what? Factorial. Okay, so what do we have here now? It says we have a delegation of 3 to be chosen from 5 men and 3 women if at least 1 man and 1 woman must be included. So the first, if we are to choose it, it means that if we are going to choose 3 people from 5 men and 3 women, if at least 1 man and 1 woman must be included. So it means the first selection must be 1 man and two women, or that's what we have. We either have 1 man, if at least 1 man and 1 woman must be included. It means that it will not be all 3 women and it can't be all 3 men. 1 man must be included and 1 woman. So we have the first particular combination would be 1 man and 2 women, or we have 1 woman and 2 men. Okay, so this is the way it can be selected. So let us interpret this now. So 1 man would be what? That would be what? 1 man will be what? 5. That's a total of 1 man selected from total number of men will be what? 5 combination 1. Okay, and means what? Multiplication. 2 women will be what? That will be total number of women is what? 3 combination 2. Or means what? Positive. Then 1 woman will be what? That will be 3 selected from 3 women. That will be, open our bracket, that will be 3 combination 1 times, and 2 men selected from 5 men will be what? 5 combination 2. So let's solve this. So from here, 5 combination 1 will give us what? That will give us a 5. Should we do this together? Let me just do this in case this is the first time seeing how to solve combination. But let's just do this together. Let's manage the space here. So we have 5 factorial divided by, I just wanted to go straight by just giving you the answers, but let's do this together. So we have 5 factorial divided by what? 5 minus what? 1 factorial, then what? 1 factorial. Okay, let's manage the space here, times 3 factorial divided by what? 3 minus 2. Okay, factorial, 2 factorial. Okay, plus here we have 3 factorial divided by what? 3 minus 1 factorial, 1 factorial times 5 factorial divided by 5 minus 2 factorial and what? 2 factorial. So here what do we have? We have 5 factorial divided by what? 5 minus 1, that will be what? 4 factorial. Alright, and this 1 factorial is still 1, so just leave it, let's just drop it here. So here we have times 3 factorial divided by what is 3 minus 2, that will give us what? A 1 factorial 2 factorial. Alright, close this bracket, plus we have a 3 factorial divide 3 minus 1 will give us a 2 factorial. Let us leave that 1 here, times 5 factorial divided by 2 minus 5 minus 2, that was 3 factorial 2 factorial. So here let's cancel out. So from here, this 5 factorial is liking as what? That is 5 times what? 4 factorial. So it means it will cancel out this 4 factorial down here. Is that not it? So this 4 factorial will cancel out 4 factorial, and we are left with what? 5 times. Here we have a 3 factorial. And I hope you know, when they say factorial, I hope you know what this means. Like 5 factorial, what it means is 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Please remember this, and if you don't, please, there's a video on combination and permutation on the video on our channel DTW Tutorials that explains this. Okay, I'm just doing this to refresh your memory. All right, so let's go forward. So we have 3 factorial over 2 factorial here. So this is 3 times what? 2 factorial divided by 2 factorial, where 2 factorial will cancel out, so we're left with what? 3 plus, here we have 2 factorial over 3 factorial over 2 factorial will still give us what? 3 times, then this is 5 factorial over 3 factorial, then 2 factorial. From here 5 factorial will be 5 times what? 4 times 3 factorial divided by 3 factorial times 2 factorial. This 3 factorial will cancel out this 3 factorial. 2 factorial is what? 2 times 1, where this 2 will cancel out here, and we have a 2 here, so we have a 5 times 2, which is what? 10. So we have a 10 here. So what do we have? What is 5 times 3? That will be 15 plus, what is 3 times 10? That will give us what? 30. So when you add this up together, what are we going to have? 15 plus 30 will give us what? 45. So our answer is what? 45. So the delegation can be choosing how many ways? 45 what ways? Okay, delegation of 3 can be choosing in 45 what ways? So our right option here is option D. Question 48 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question, that's your UTME CBT exam. It says, in how many ways can 9 people be seated if 3 chairs are available? So we have 3 chairs available. So how many ways can 9 people be seated? So this is arrangement and it's permutation. Remember the formula for permutation, and permutation R is equal to what? N factorial over N minus R what? Factorial. So here we're looking for how many ways 9 people can be seated in if 3 chairs are available. So we have here 9. This 9 is too big. 9 permutation 3. So this will give us what? 9 factorial over what? 9 minus 3 factorial. So what do we have here? That's 9 factorial over 6 what? Factorial. So from here we have 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 what? Factorial divided by 6 factorial, where this will cancel out, and we're left with what? 9 times 8 times 7, that would give us what? 504. So this is our answer, and our right option is option B. Question 49 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question, that's your UTME CBT exam. It says the probability of a student passing any examination is 2 over 3 if the student takes 3 examinations. What is the probability that he will not pass any of them? Okay, so if he takes 3 examinations, what's the probability he's not going to pass any of them? First of all, what's the probability that he won't pass even if it's 1 exam? I know probability of failure is just simply 1 minus probability of success. Okay, so that is 1 minus 2 over 3. That's probability of failure. And what's 1 over 2 over 1 minus 2 over 3? LCM is 3. So we have 3 minus 2. That would give us what? 1 over 3. So this is the probability that he's going to fail, that he will not pass. So the question said if he takes 3 examinations. So 3 examination means that will be 1 over 3. The probability of failure, the first failure times the probability of the second failure times the probability of what? The third failure. And this will give us what? 3 times 3 times 3, that will give us 1 over what? 27. 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is what? 27. So we have 1 over 27. That's the answer, and our right option here is option D. Question 50 of the JAMB 2019 Mathematics Past Question, that's your UTME CBT exam. It says the table above shows the distribution of marks of students in a test. These are the marks, and this is the number of students that got 3 students got 2 marks, 4 students got 3 marks. All right, find the probability and so on. Find the probability of passing the test if the pass mark is 5. Okay, so the probability of passing the test if the pass mark is 5. So definitely the pass mark, so this is the pass mark 5. So if the pass mark is 5, so it means that once you get anything 5 and above, you pass the test. So that's what we're looking for. So the probability of passing the test if the pass mark is 5. So the student will pass the test from any marks from 5 and above. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are pass marks. All right. So let's find what's the total number of students here. That's 3 plus 4, that's 7, 7 plus 1, that's 8, 8 plus 4, that will give us a 12, and 12 plus 5, that is a 17, 17 plus 2, 19, and 19 plus 1, that will give us a 20. So total number of students is what? 20. Now let's find the total number of students that passed. All right, so and it's from 5 above. So we have here 0 plus 4, that's 4, and 4 plus 5, that's 9, 9 plus 2, that will give us what? 11, and 11 plus 1, that is what? 12. So the probability of the students passing the mark, if passing the test, if the pass mark is 12, is 5, is what? 12 divided by 20. So from here, let's cancel. I think 4 can go here how many times? 4 times, 4 will go in 12 how many times? 3 times, and 4 in 20 will go how many times? 5 times. So our answer is what? 3 over 5. So this is probability of them passing what? Passing the test. Okay, and our right option here is option A. That is what? 3 over 5. Okay, so thank you. We've come to the end of this video. It's quite a long one. Wow, and it took a lot of energy and strength from me, but I thank God we've come to the end. I've concluded it, and all I just need from you now is to please share this video to your friends preparing for the forthcoming exams, your family, your loved ones. Please share this channel to your loved ones and let us grow. Please share, and give this video a thumbs up, please, and comment. You can say comment anything you have a question or a thank you. Just leave a comment. All this helps to rate the video and to boost the way people engage on it on YouTube. So please give this video a thumbs up and also comment on this video. If you have any questions, please do feel free to ask, and please don't forget to share on your several groups, Facebook, Twitter, on your WhatsApp group. Share this video to help everyone preparing for the forthcoming JAMB exams, and also be expecting more videos from us to prepare you for your exams. And I think one more thing, yes, please subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the subscribe button and tell your friends to subscribe. It is absolutely free, no charges. Please do subscribe to this video. All right, don't forget, you are destined to win. That's the full meaning of DTW, destined to win tutorial. So you are destined to win in this forthcoming JAMB 2020 examination. Thank you for staying tuned, and see you in our next video.